They're going to look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Devontae Smith, 65 yards. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for two. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. They convert for two, and that gets them even closer. Now a two-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Devontae Smith now from his end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-time interception king, Paul Krause. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Here's Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Here's Johnson again on second down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Check 26, check 26. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Johnson will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen coming out to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
They'll try and run it here. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. This is 1st and 10. Love now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Johnson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And they take a knee. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flushed out right. And Brown's got it for a Chiefs touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Love. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Here's 1st down. Love looking to throw it.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
And quickly another 1st down, but tackled inbounds.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
2nd and 10.
One last shot now for Love.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.
Picked off by Paul Krause.
And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponent...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Devontae Smith,
54 yards.
And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. Now Mahomes going to shift him around.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Purdy.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 23.
A Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the 3rd quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Now Purdy.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
And that flag accepted.
on the gate. We're going to get a delay.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. Here's Johnson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's Johnson again on second down.
Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Again, it's Johnson. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson, 28 yards.
And the Chiefs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play.
They're going to try and run. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point.
Now before they can try the extra point, a flag comes out, and they're going to get tagged for a delay of game.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run here. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Interesting call there. They went for 2 even after the penalty from the 7-yard line. It didn't pay off.
I think the first thought is to go ahead and kick the extra point, but you're not kicking it from the 7-yard line.
Yeah,
right? That's
you get pushed 5 back on the PAT as well.
Right, so they have to take it from the 15 to administer the penalty. So now you're kicking it around 40 yards. So I understand why they probably went for 2 there. They thought they had a better play and a better chance in that situation.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Now Johnson.
To about the 26 here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
57 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd down, Johnson.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it with Johnson. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
They'll try it now with Irving. So give them the 1st down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Check 37. Check 37. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Irving is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. On 1st down, it's Watson. This short throw caught by Goddard. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Now a 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Steps away. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Dancing to his left. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes being chased out left. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Forced out to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Antonio Gates, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Tough there. Good pass, hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make...
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paul Krause. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
But Charles, in a tie game, you always wonder who's going to be making the big plays. Right now, it's not the offensive players. We're seeing these defenses step up and take control. Both of the last two drives have ended with interceptions.
They are certainly dictating this game, aren't they? Now it's going to come down to which offense can follow their defense's lead and step up in the clutch themselves.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try.
Mahomes going to change things up.
They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Throwing on third down, Watson.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
Picked off by the all-time interception king, Paul Krause. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position. And obviously, a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have? It's going to keep us in a good spot. No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what you're really playing for.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They go to Johnson again. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Here we go with Johnson. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. And now an audible here into something else.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 16. A minute 52 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. To throw, Watson.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Now Watson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Paul Krause, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Patrick going to change the play. On 3rd down, they go with Irving.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They run. It's Johnson.
And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
A run up the middle with Irving.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 3-score game late. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Powell throwing on 3rd down here.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
George Karlaftis
Gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Another nice job there defensively. They've had it bottled up throughout this game. They used their scouting really well, but they've executed even better throughout this game. Their job now, don't relax, and all of a sudden, give them a chance to break off a big one.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Up the middle, Johnson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A give up the middle to Johnson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
They'll run with Irving.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Becky Irving.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs have tied the ball game with a chance to go ahead now in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Howell from the gun.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive, because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 3.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll hand it off now. Johnson.
And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And able to get this out to the 25. With one final shot.
He's going to let it fly.
This ball intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.